Electric guitarists, complacency is a big attitude problem that you will battle with as you advance in your skills. Sure, you've clocked in a few big gigs under your belt, so the next one's going to be a piece of cake, right? I made 3 major mistakes stemming from complacency with my preparation at the last night of worship with the encounter, and I want you to avoid them. Number 1, I lack situational awareness. The biggest refrain for my band dynamics classes is that everyone on the band needs to listen. Listen to the song so you've made adequate preparation, listen to one another so you're playing together and not against one another, and listen to the environment to identify anything that might be distracting. That third listen is the one that can make or break the experience at the event proper. Distracting elements can come from anywhere, and it's our responsibility that we are minimizing them when we serve on the platform. Guitarists, your pedals make a loud click when you step on them. I was complacent in wanting to set up different patches with specific tempo settings. If I was in a big arena for a show, #manifest, pressing foot switches for tap tempo and effects control isn't an issue. The noise generated by the pedal is inconsequential. But in most houses of worship with small stages, that foot switch click is going to be loud. Either opt for soft touch switches or just spend the extra 10 minutes creating specific patches with the different tempo settings for each song. Number 2, I practiced on a different guitar. The biggest complacent mistake I made was assuming that everything I practice on one guitar will instantly be transferable to another. For context, at the time of this recording, I'm in the middle of moving houses, so most of my guitars are not easily accessible. I have the few I keep around to fill up the content schedule, but most are in their cases and won't come out until the grand reveal at my new basement studio. I practiced on this MJT Strat. But what I wanted to use on the night of worship was my Gibson Explorer. Now, most of the songs were in the key of A flat, with lead lines spread across very unfamiliar fretboard positions. I practiced enough to be familiar with where those lead lines were, and I thought, no problem, this will be a piece of cake on the Explorer. Boy, was I wrong. What happened? Thinking back on the experience, it wasn't that I didn't practice enough. The fretboard just felt unfamiliar to me. Physically, the guitar was a different shape, the fretboard radius was flatter, and it was a shorter scale length. When I looked down at the Explorer fretboard, my mind was having trouble making the same mental connections I had made with the Strat. Compound that with the fact that most of the songs were in A flat with unfamiliar fret positions galore, I couldn't map the fretboard fast enough. Fortunately for me, I was using the Helix for the night, and the simple pitch block can function like a digital capo. To play in A flat, I used a simple pitch to pitch up my guitar by 1 semitone to play in G. This solved the unfamiliarity with the fret positions as I could fall back on my instincts. Playing in G is so much easier. With that out of the way, I could remap the parts I learned from the Strat onto the Explorer much faster. Number 3, I was noodling way too much. Not all songs have distinct lead lines for the electric guitar to play, and for those songs, you're going to have to make a choice. Be disciplined and pick simpler but complementary parts to fit the song, or let your mind wander, straddling the path of unexplored artistic improvisational expression.
So you are doing this 5, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, right?
was having fun. Too much fun. Harkening back to the lack of situational awareness, I was too complacent in my attitude regarding rehearsal. This was a serious time. It was meant to sharpen the chops that I was going to play at the event proper, not be a springboard for letting loose. If it was a casual jam session, by all means, go nuts. But this was a rehearsal for the time we set aside to honor Jesus through worship. Musicians, you have no idea how important your role is when we gather to worship. You make or break the experience. You will hold someone's spiritual breakthrough in the palm of your hands. Someone can come out of that worship experience having met Jesus. Knowing that should have caused me to realize I should stop mucking around. I was being too complacent. I repented of it and I hunkered down to treat the rehearsal seriously. And boy, what a powerful night of worship it was. And that's me. How about you? What do you think makes or breaks the live worship experience? How have you conquered these technical or spiritual issues? I'd love to hear your stories in the comment section below. If you've gotten value out of this, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and check out my Buy Me a Coffee page where you can directly support the channel by getting one of my preset packs. I have more videos that discuss worship ministry issues that you can check out right after this, so I'll see you there. Hey, John. Why? You want to play the guitar? Sure. Okay, hang on. I'll take it out for you, okay?